Okay, here we are.
I'm ready.
We're going. Let's go.
Okay.
So what we doing? We're playing some Katawa Shoujo.
We're playing Katawa Shoujo, which is one of my new favorite games.
Alright, so let's just get started. I have like no clue what I'm doing here. All I know is it's
Which
story.
is perfect.
Oh, freaking hell. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle the wooded wind chimes.
Let me read.
Okay.
This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold.
That sounds like it could mean something else.
And here we meet our main character.
Oh yeah. Hasio.
Anthony Hisao.
Hisao.
I am not going to let you say Hasio for an entire
Hisao.
Anthony, this is you.
Oh, yeah.
You are Hisao. Hisao is you. I hope you feel special.
I do.
Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure that note said 4 o'clock p.m.
It's 4 p.m.
Ah, yes. The note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. You see? That's how you impress a guy. Show him initiative.
Initiative don't work too well on me.
As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white-painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. We're getting all metaphorical because this is a good visual novel.
Oh, joy.
The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Somebody is approaching me from behind.
That's innuendo right there, I know it.
Yeah. You're like all robot-y, by the way.
Well, that's
Isao? You came? A hesitating, barely audible question.
What the hell? How many times have you played this intro?
However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat.
Now you're a robot.
It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than eavesdropper to a conversation. Yeah, because this sounds getting his creep on. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race.
So fast that he has a heart attack, right?
Whoosh.
That is now the worst sound
That's
effect
you.
from now on.
That is you. Don't you look beautiful?
Is this
One piece of hair sticking up for no discernible reason.
I hear robots right now.
Iwanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. Was it yours?
It was yours.
Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line and that was the result. Yeah, Anthony, why do you have more swag? What's wrong with you?
What?
Come on, son. Pathetic. I know his sound. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried.
I bet you there's one muscle that would be moving real fast. Nothing.
My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim the girl from itself.
That ain't good, is it?
You are following along, right? On my screen it doesn't look like you're moving.
Huh? I'm following.
Over this lag. So, here we are. Out in the cold.
Are we supposed to have sex now, huh?
Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears.
The more ahead of this you get, the more annoying it's gonna be.
Huh?
You keep going ahead of what I see.
Yeah, well, I can't tell what you see, because on my screen you're frozen.
Well, then, I don't know.
So you just have to keep up with me. Just shut up.
Jesus Christ.
Try to read slower. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence.
Yeah, stilts.
Oh, there your screen is. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger.
Andy, stop that voice. You're gonna gay.
All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder.
Until boom. Can we have the heart attack already?
Spoiler alert! My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me.
Dead.
I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point.
I'm sure that's his heart.
Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Uh-oh.
Hisao! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror.
Andy, you were going to be the reader of some crazy novel when you grow up.
Hisao!
Don't wake up your parents.
The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees.
CPR time.
The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black.
Well, that was a really weird fade to black animation for you not being able to see anything.
The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above.
I thought that said incest.
This is a serious moment!
Oh my god.
Alright, seriously, if you didn't know that that was gonna happen, that would have been intense, okay?
Yeah, that would have been really
Because
intense.
you go into this and you think, oh, it's a visual novel, it's all silly and romantic and with the sex with the anime girls and and then you get there and you have a heart attack and you're like, what am I even playing?
If you hadn't told me about this before I started playing, I would have been much happier.
I definitely shouldn't have, but
You shouldn't have told me about this.
yeah.
Tripping. Tripping. Flash animations for the win.
Yeah. Even if you don't like this game, you can't deny that the art and the writing are fantastic.
The heart attack, you could never see it coming unless you know your guy has a heart condition problem. Whoopsie.
I know! Oh,
Spoiler alerts.
oh, this game too much.
You love
I am going to enjoy reading this. You are making the decisions, by the way. When we come to a choice, I'm asking you.
Oh god.
'Cause I already know what leads to what, and you don't know shit.
Good.
So we are going to pick your girl based on you. And I hope to God you get Emmy.
Oh joy.
Partly because, I mean, you have to censor more than any other else.
I have to censor every 2 seconds. Nope.
It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia.
Oh, is that when he finds out?
A strange word. A foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it's supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life.
That reminds me of that motivational speaker in freshman year.
Yeah, in the wheelchair. It's like, I'm in a wheelchair and I've seen all these cool people because I'm in a wheelchair.
The best part was when he says, I'm the only one here in a wheelchair, and I'm like, I really
You're
wanted
like-
I wanted to walk down the aisle and slap him in the face.
A wheel down the aisle and slap him in the face, even better. It didn't really do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder than the bad news I had, by the news than I... They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Catch the reference!
Oh, God.
I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh, like English is apparently to me. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. They're crazy.
Where'd you get that English thing from?
I like fucking up all the English. Of course there was a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments.
His heart broke, so he must sit.
You broke, son! I was first admitted it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards.
Yeah, that gets old fast.
But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had turned into a class project. Win for the grade. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again.
Why did they do that? The hospital.
The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. Guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have millions of other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. You're gonna die in like a week, so around then, I guess, you'll get your own hearse and everything. Great!
I really hope you're lying, because that'd be a sad ending.
He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked.
Money right out the door, right there. Out the door.
So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen.
Omens.
I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did.
I could never
Got
stop.
really sick of How I Met Your Mother. It gets old for a while, especially when you figure out he's gay, and then the whole series doesn't even make sense.
It just makes it ironic.
You know, like, every popular male actor is gay now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You know the guy on White Collar? You know the show White Collar?
Wait, that guy's... Oh.
That guy's gay too!
God damn.
Every single one! It's ridiculous.
Alright, thumbs up if you get the references.
It's pretty hard not to. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. 'Cause I'm sour and I eat books. It's all I eat.
That's how it gets better, it's his memory.
Yeah, growling bones, so delicious.
This is entertaining.
I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. Started feeling naked without a book in my hands.
That's weird, but okay.
But I loved the stories.
I get the feeling that he's been reading the nurse's old romance
Oh, they
novels.
That was what my life was like. Oh, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a depressing one. A long-ass moment, too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some sort of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. You see, because contrary to popular belief, time is actually just a big ball of wibbly wobbly
Stop with the Doctor Who.
stuff.
What's that? That's my timey-wimey detector.
A week could go by without me really noticing it.
I keep timing these really well.
Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me were painfully crashed into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I'd set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I'd have to put I'd have to learn English. I live in Japan, what do you want from me?
How's your editor, Andy?
He quit, I'm having a fight with him, it's terrible.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd have to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry.
I'm sure if he had that woman around his dick, he'd be much happier.
I don't know, you know, they didn't have much to talk about even when she did come around.
Oh, god damn you.
You know her name isn't actually a name. Iwanako isn't a Japanese name. It's complete bullshit that they made up because it sounds Japanese. I think that's hilarious. But that happened only rarely. Because I'm a big guy, I don't cry. Not often. Even cry. He even bring himself to cry. That's how man he is.
It is such a
Isao is a true man, that's why he gets the chicks.
Oh.
When he does get the chicks, he has a heart attack. It's how man he is. You can't be that man.
Today the doctor.
Hey, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. This entire story is in the present tense, by the way, even though the past bit was passive. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. This is supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed, next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Doc. Yeah, blip.
Hello, doctor.
Hello, Isao. How are you today? That's the doctor.
You're definitely voice acting a lot more.
I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. Shouldn't be a comma there. What are you doing? I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine.
You're coming on the adventures with us in Minecraft. You're definitely coming along. You're reading all the notes.
You should have all your medication sorted out, so I'll give your father for the prescription.
Another $10,000 right down the drain.
The doctor hands out a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many.
Giant bowl, like that's his breakfast every morning. Giant bowl of pills is what.
I take it from his hand and look at myself. Yeah, I look at myself from the paper. I am actually a piece of paper. No wonder I can't handle girls all over me. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this?
You're supposed to white out. Oh.
The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. Sicker. All this, for the rest of my life, every day,